Hi, my name is Jared Mello, and here's another episode of Mello Mentoring. Thank you again for everyone who's been commenting, liking, subscribing to my channel. And if you like videos about psychology, mental health, self-improvement, dating, relationships, or supplements, please give me a subscribe. And thank you also for anyone who has listened to my podcast the other day. That was really awesome too. But today's video is going to be about mostly for men, but the same can apply to women too. But it's when you really care, does the woman back away? When you begin to catch feelings, does the woman back away? And we're going to discuss what is going on here when that happens. First of all, it is essential before we enter relationships to have a life we enjoy on our own, being single. And what does that mean? It means we have hobbies. It means that we have a career. It means we have friends and family and things we enjoy doing. Because if we are not fulfilled by our own lives, we are very susceptible to forming unhealthy attachments to people, places, and things. And this happens all the time, especially amongst people who have been addicted to drugs at a point and they're just getting off of drugs. They are extremely vulnerable to this. But in reality, what's happening here is this. We consider it falling in love when we really meet someone, and it's kind of like we get swept off of our feet. They're awesome, they're attractive, the sex is great, and you get this manic-y type feeling, the feeling of falling in love. But this is usually when things might start to go wrong for a guy, and the woman begins to go distant on him. The guy's showing her tons of affection, texting all the time, etc. But what's really happening is the man is losing his emotional independence and is becoming emotionally dependent on the woman. And this is a huge turnoff for women, and for anyone for that matter. And this is something that's been bombarded into us as a society because of Disney's Happily Ever After, love movies, Hollywood, etc., that this is what's supposed to happen. You fall in love, get swept off your feet, and it works. The problem is, in reality, it doesn't work. In reality, that's called becoming emotionally dependent on someone else. We have to stay grounded, especially as men. We have to stay grounded in our emotional independence. And I've started thinking, what are the red flags that this is happening? And for me, it is when my usual activities that give me enjoyment start giving me less enjoyment, and I think, oh, this person is giving me better feelings than my normal activities and friends. That's sign number one. Also, what tends to happen is we can get hooked on feelings. And if someone's giving us good feelings, I hate to say this, but they can also give us bad feelings too. If our life is suddenly vastly improved and it's because of another person, that's another red flag. It means that we're probably becoming emotionally dependent on them, and we're giving them too much power over our lives and our emotions. Not good. And yes, this is difficult to not do, though, because it feels great in the beginning of these relationships, and when we feel really good, we're willing to overlook red flags. And guess what? These red flags, they come up later. So there's certain things we have to know about what we don't like in a partner. So if they're lying, they're manipulative or toxic in other ways, if we're caught up in this lovey-dovey feeling, we're much more likely to ignore those red flags and then eventually get extremely hurt by them later. And it's not until we regain our emotional independence that we take off our rose-colored glasses and really see things for what they're worth. And so men, I beg and plead you out there, we have to remain emotionally independent. We have to have our purpose in life first. We have to have our mission, and we have to stick to it. And if we're beginning to realize that we're losing enjoyment for those things because of a woman, those are red flags, and we gotta backtrack and get re-grounded again. Vito Corleone said in The Godfather, "Women and children can be careless, but men cannot be careless." And so for a man to lose his emotional independence for a woman, that is careless. And I've been guilty of this many times, and guess what? It always has bad results. The woman loses attraction, I get hurt, and so I've done both people a disservice. Now, It's not all my thoughts sometimes. Sometimes women do lie and things along those lines, but as a man, I can only take care of my side of the street. What am I responsible for? My emotions and my feelings. And so if I feel myself getting swept away by a woman, no. Breathe, get grounded again. And one way to not do this is, as a man, let the woman reach out to you more. Make her do the majority of the communication. That's what she wants to do anyway. She wants to do the majority. And if we start doing the majority, it probably means we're getting swept away with the feelings. Feelings can be very dangerous because if we just blindly go for good feelings, we could be up the creek. Feelings are not a good indicator of how we're doing. Those are facts. So that's my episode today, to remain emotionally independent and to be very vigilant for losing our sense of independence and becoming emotionally dependent on somebody else. So again, thanks for watching, and we have to remember the only way to become better at this is to practice. It's not like with drugs where one is too many is 1,000 is never enough. We have to learn how to have people in our lives healthily. Addicts may not ever be able to have drugs in their life healthily, but people, it's different. So we have to find a way. And if we're prone to being emotionally dependent, it's best if we have a break from relationships for a while and then try. But it's going to require trying to get better at it. So keep that in mind too. So if you want to reach out about this kind of thing, I'd love to hear from you via email, and please leave any comments or suggestions about my next videos or what you think about this video. Thank you, and have a great day.